What'd you think about fucking, excuse me, let me start over. What'd you think of Derek Moneyberg getting his black belt 3.5 years? I'm going to pull it up exactly.
It's two and a half? No, it's 3.5, huh?
He's probably 3.5 years of being a brown belt is what it is. Because I know he's training for a while.
Nah, he literally said in the post, he said,
I'm Moneybird, what you know about that?
BJJ black belts earned 3.5 years since first training. I got to stop getting so close to the mic. Okay. BJJ black belts earned 3.5 years since first training. 3,000 one-on-one hours. Best training team in history. 0 missed days. It's got Frank Mir, Jake Shields, Lyoto Machida. Welcome to the Machida era. And Glover Teixeira. And then we got, Derek Moneyberg in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much all paid for.
He's got a podcast.
I know.
It's bigger than us.
What?
No, his podcast is not bigger than us.
Moneyberg?
I swear to God.
It's gotta be bigger than us.
No, Moneyberg's like barely like compared to the last episode. I swear, like we're probably on par with Moneyberg.
It's because they love to hate Moneyberg.
But he had Gordon Ryan on and Danaher, and then he talked over them the whole time. Apparently, I didn't watch the video, but
that's what you do when you're successful.
And Danaher and Gordon Ryan, they love to talk. I mean, if you check Gordon Ryan's Instagram, man, those captions get you so winded. You just have to look at the caption and you get tired,
Anytime there's a Danaher instructional, they're like at least 30 minutes of talking and 20 minutes of action.
And that's another thing, too. I forgot about that aspect where Danaher himself is a fucking yapping mouth. I mean, I'm sitting here talking all day for you guys, but it's like different because, I think I'm funny. I'm joking.
Maybe he thinks he's funny.
We all think we're funny, right? But who's really funny, I'll tell you who's actually funny. Derek Moneyberg. I just have him written down. That's my only.
Is that even his birth name?
Derek Money. I hope it is.
That would be hilarious.
Can you look up and make sure
his name is Derek Moneyberg. He's got a podcast with some of the top Brazilian jiu-jitsu people.
No, it's not even about jiu-jitsu. He just started doing that as like a I don't know, like a flex, I guess. Remember we talked about how nerds love like getting into like these types of things because they can't just buy their way in. Well, this guy just bought his way in. He just bought his way in.
That's that Moneyberg.
I know, dude. I mean, you have Sean Strickland in the comment. He goes, says that, everyone in this photo got really well paid at least, right? I think it just kind of speaks to how widely. I mean, John Jones liked the post.
Maybe this whole thing isn't very funny.
I think it's funny. There's parts of it.
Nah, dude. What about the integrity of Brazilian jiu-jitsu is like compromised?
So his name wasn't even Derek Moneyberg. It's Dale. Yeah, it is funny because they're at the stage where it's like the same equivalence of like mall karate, like strip mall karate.
This is according to everybodywiki.com. Dale M. Buskowski. I don't know. It's a Polish.
Do you think someone wants to take a roundhouse wearing some of these
not
bad
even
boys?
Jewish. He's
He's
Polish.
Dude, his name's Derek Moneyberg.
You guys like that? I know you haven't seen it, Rojo, but there's a part in The Wire where Stringer, right? He takes that fucking class at community college.
Yeah.
He takes the economics class and he starts moving crazy on the block, bro. He starts talking to everybody like he's like turning their nose at people. He's like, bro, like I went to college, bro.
Yeah.
it's like my boy got his associate's degree and was like, I'm switching up.
That's fire, bro.
Dude. I felt that. Dude.
Hey, just like me.
Community college, you know what I'm saying? Dude.
Wait, but let's hear it one time. R.I.P. Idris Elba.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Is he dead, actually?
He passed away, yeah.
You're not. You're lying, dude.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Look it up, dude.
I gotta
Please
have to
don't tell
Google
me
this.
Idris Elba
Don't be
died.
telling
Are
me
you
Idris
fucking
Elba
kidding
just
me, bro?
died.
Yeah.
No way.
Damn, dude. Are we just not intent? Like, what?
Nah, you lying to me.
He's not. He's alive, right?
Yeah, he's alive.
You know,
everybody's always saying.
It's like when I fell for that. Yeah, I texted him one time like, "Yo, Hulk Hogan's dead." You know, I was devastated, and he's like, "You fell for one of those. Hulk Hogan died, huh?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like it happened?" And then
It's just it's literally just like a fucking.
It's like when you're in those live streams and they're like, "Joe Rogan passed away," or "R.I.P. Joe Rogan."
So we grew up like during the 2000s, and like Marvel movies are like a massive, probably part of everybody's childhood here. And to a degree, no.
Neither of us.
Nah.
You
damn,
completely missed the mark. You just outed yourself as a fucking loser.
I am a loser.
Yeah, Marvel, bro.
He's fucking lame, dude. He watches Marvel movies, dude. I never even seen the original Avengers. I got cooked this weekend, dude, and it's all Max Scherzer's fault. I had to put down like $13 or something to get it was a 4-leg parlay, and 3 out of the 4 hit, but Max Scherzer needed 5 strikeouts, and he only got me 4. and I was pissed.
I don't know what any of those words mean besides like piss.
The strikeouts.
You know what a strikeout is,
You don't
dude.
know what a strikeout is?
He's such a
that
fucking.
baseball?
You know what pisses me off? He's such a like sports ball. LOL.
Sports
I'm
balls.
gonna. Hopefully they hit a home run at the
Dude
Super
goes to get
Bowl.
drunk at
Are the Lakers playing during a Super Bowl party? Like, all right, dude, I get it.
Dude gets drunk at the Angel Stadium like. At
I don't
least
think
5
you
times
get
a
it,
year.
dude.
I get it.
I
Dude.
really don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't he doing it? Isn't he doing the sports ball guy?
A
Isn't he
little
doing the bit?
A little bit.
You know, the whole like, bread and circus.
Why do you know so much about balls?
See, that's the number. That's the one. That's the one. There's this Reddit. Dude, I saw this Reddit post. It was about someone screenshotted someone's fucking comment, and the guy was like, "LOL. Every time they ask me about sports, I just tell them like, I'd rather not watch grown men play with balls, and they usually never talk to me about sports again. Ha 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 ha." And it's like, I wonder why they don't talk to you about sports, man. I wonder why they didn't choose to share this moment. Some that's like a integral. It's like an integral part of like camaraderie amongst men, right? Sports in every nation. That's why I tried so hard to get into soccer and learn the cultures of it all. Because you go anywhere in the world, you can get into a good conversation with anybody as long as you know something about sports, right?
Remember the bald guy from Love on the Spectrum?
Dude, holy shit. We haven't
He's
talked
not
about Love on the
bald.
Spectrum at all since first episode.
He's not bald, but
Have you watched that all, Rojo?
he's
I
balding
don't
like
keep, I don't
crazy.
keep
This guy.
track with reality shows anymore.
Nah,
I sort
listen,
of
man.
hate about Love on the Spectrum. I hate how they try to keep you watching by leaving you on a cliffhanger
Well,
at the end of the episode.
That's
Where like something's about to go down.
But that's Netflix though. That's Netflix's formula. Like they need that. That's why they love it.
They put that in like the contract. They're like,
So you
if
get
you're gonna write this
click-throughs.
show for us, you gotta do this.
Well, and then also it sends people to work every week talking about what happened on Love Island or Love Island. Yeah, well, Love
That
Island's
too.
one of them. Dude, how heartbreaking was that chick who pulled up to date that really weird
I actually,
James, my boy James,
yeah,
remember?
James, dude.
James, dude.
He was trying to get it in, bro. He was like, earlier in the show, in the episode, I think he was like,
I just
if she has pets, I don't know. That's kind of like a, I think that's like a deal breaker.
so he's on a speed and he's like, I don't like cats. I don't like dogs. I think it's a personal preference, but I would prefer it if she didn't have it. And then they cut to him during a date, and then every time they're like, yeah, I have a cat, I have a dog, and they'd cut back to an interview. They'd cut back to the guys interviewing them, and they're like, so James, she's got a dog. What do you think about that? And he's like, oh, I guess I could learn to deal. It's not that.
It's not that big
I
of a
mean, if I
deal.
like her enough, I guess I can learn.
For real.
And then
He's like, I'm gonna plug.
But every time they had a pet, they'd ask him, "What do you think?" And he's like, "I'll fucking deal." But before they went on that date, he's like, "Oh no."
Nah, they're cherry picking on homie.
Yeah, dude.
They're
They
like-
probably sent him everyone who had a pet. They were like, "Do you have a dog? Great. You're gonna sit at table 6
Oh, do you think it's set up like
next."
that?
It might be, dude. I mean,
Bro.
because especially the speed date ones, right? Like, it's very obvious that this is like, I don't want to say set up, but like,
Well, it's a
they
TV show.
probably screen people to come on and do that segment.
It's a TV show. Apparently, he's been on the show for a while, and then
But they don't know how depressing was her exit. She's like, I'm just used to being rejected. It's okay. Dude, I really felt horrible for her. I was like, what a,
Nah, I think she dodged a bullet.
Netflix, the DVDs you want now from only $4.99 a month.
Totally unrelated, but I do have like this special ed kind of neighbor down the street. And a couple years ago, well, he does it every once in a while when the weather's nice. He like, I don't want to say he role plays, but like every couple of
He
months,
goes out in the nude.
close. No, he just changes his like outfit and like who he's like
in the middle of the street.
being like for the month. So like one day he'll be like a construction worker, or not one month.
Yo,
Like
he-
1 month he'll be like a construction, like he'll have like
Oh, and he just
Safety
walks the block
vest
on the
and,
shit?
like,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
boots. He'll have like a
And then,
hard hat.
yeah, and then like one month he'll be a cowboy. He has like a fake gun, like a fake revolver on his hip.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you know
yeah.
it's fake?
Because he's got it's safety, it's got the safety orange tip.
They made
That
sure to
shit's
make that shit
available.
bright as
They
possible. They,
have
don't want
to
to play
have
with
to.
it. They don't
They
want
wanna
to play
get
around
shot.
with that,
And
dude.
then like he like one day he's like a fucking knight, like a not even a knight, like a fucking Viking,
Yeah.
But like he's like.
Anything really?
Yeah, and like at first it's like because he moved in like a couple years ago, and it's like, oh, who's this
Okay.
dude like walking?
It was new to you, like when he was new. To the
Yeah, of
neighborhood, you were
course,
like,
because
yo.
I've lived in that block my entire life.
You're like, this guy's sick as hell.
Like
Mm.
I'm like, oh, like who's that? Like didn't really, but he like eventually like talk to my uncle because my uncle's like working on his car as he does.
Yeah.
And then like basically just
He's doing like the neighbor talk.
yeah, and then
Like, howdy, neighbor.
essentially just like couldn't get rid of him. Almost like he would come like not like every day.
Yeah,
but, like,
some people are like that.
But
They don't get the social cue of.
But
like,
that's how it is when you're special ed. You just don't get social
Mhm,
cues.
mhm.
But like sometimes you're.
Well, there's levels to that.
Yeah, obviously, and like he was like what you would assume a special ed person. He spoke the way, and then obviously social cues, obviously. So
Probably strong as hell.
people are cool. Though. He's a big
shy.
guy. He's taller than both, like all of us here.
What?
He's like fucking. He looked
And he's
thick.
rocking the cowboy outfit.
Thick guy. Yeah, he'd have
Like
some
out in public.
fucking overalls with a fucking.
He's like, howdy, partner.
plaid long sleeve underneath.
Welcome to Good Springs.
Like the
I was on the metro like a lot this last weekend. You know, you always see some shit on trains, but particularly in America, you know, because everywhere else I feel like there's an etiquette that people are, you know, cool with.
What happened?
First day off rip, someone's like pressing another guy, like, yo, where you from? So then that was like funny because everyone else was like nervous about it. And
I thought they were gonna start freaking stabbing each
and
other.
then on the return leg, there was some guy who's like, who's got free phones? Like, who don't want the phone? I got the free phones. I'm gonna take the phone, free phone. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I immediately tucked my phone into my jacket, and I'm just like, nope. And then the next day on the first leg there was these two lesbians fighting.
Nice.
So, you know, we're on the bus in the second day, and there's these two women. They start arguing with each other,
Yeah.
running up the train, and she's like, nah, you was talking about my dead father. Fuck that. I need that.
respect.
And everyone, mind you, this whole entire metro is kind of full, and everyone just kind of keeps doing what they're doing. Like, there's a guy in the corner who doesn't stop looking away because he was already looking that way anyway. And he just looks so, like, unbothered by it all. She gets pinned into a corner by this woman, and they're, like, both arguing. He's, like, yelling at her, like, I need that. I need that. And then the other woman just pushes her off and is like, get, like, off me. Like, don't walk up on me like that. Or
That's
whatever.
crazy.
And then as she's walking back, I didn't hear this, but my friend says, she said, I've been cheating on you. 2 years. I've been cheating on you. And I'm like, oh, wow. So it's not just fucking like, oh,
Random
we know each
beef.
other. Like, yeah, we know each other from
It's not like a
school
random
or
beef,
like
yeah.
from work or whatever the fuck it might have been. Apparently they're like a couple and they're like fighting it out on the train, which is great.
Dude,
Everyone
yeah,
just kind of
train.
minds their business. They get off on the first stop they get off of, and then you just see them walking up after. Like, well, you know, the one walking after the other one.
Yeah,
still.
some people are like going to work and shit.
Everyone's just minding their business.
Yeah.
And like, whatever.
No.
The same exact train ride, a vendor gets on like two stops later, and he's doing the regular like coffee, well, not coffee, excuse me, water, snacks, chips, whatever, $1 a piece. Come on, you know. Something happens in the rear half of the back of the train cab,
Uh-huh.
where the guy and the other guy get into it, and then the other guy's like, "Hey, chill out, old man. Like, you know, relax, you know." And oh man, that fired that dude up. He's like, "Oh man,
Yo.
you're being fucking disrespectful, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Nah, you're being disrespectful to me. I'm trying to get to where you're disrespecting my time, blah blah."
Bro.
Whole time this is going on, the train conductor, probably having had a really bad experience with that last couple arguing each other. All he's saying over the intercom, he's
This
not
is on
helping.
the same ride.
Yeah, this is the same ride. He's not helping anything, bro. He's just on the overcom going, "All right, guys, come on. We'll keep it
Settle
moving.
down."
Let's no, he's not saying, "All right, guys, come on. Doors closed. I'm trying to get to work. We're making everybody late. Come on, guys. We're making everybody else late. You know, get out." No, and he said something like, "We can wait for PD, you know, or you can just get off
Yo.
here," or whatever it was. And that just agitated the guy more. And he's like,
Yeah.
"All right, we're gonna have to wait for the police then."
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I just want to get, and then another 2-3 minutes of him bickering with the guy sitting there. And he's like, get off then. And he's like, and then when he gets off, he's like, once a bitch, always a bitch, or something like that. He said that
Damn, that's
shit. He
crazy.
said that line.
As the train doors
Look at it
close.
closely, guy.
Look at it close.
Is that the same
Look at
line?
it
He said? He said that
closely.
line. He said that line. He said, once a
I-
bitch, always a bitch, or some shit like that.
I
Say
don't
that.
remember.
And then, yeah, he told them basically what for. And then the rest of the car ride was just like everyone looking around at each other like, what the fuck was that? But
It's 4th of July
I thought it was
weekend.
funny. Yeah, it was 4th of July. That was on 4th of July itself.
Yeah.
That's my Metro story.
So within a span, how like
I liked it because it was cheap.
no, but like how long did this happen?
Big
Like where
ups.
did this all happen? Like
It
how,
was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. I was watching, you know, because I get home and a lot of times I'll just leave there's a channel
Roku.
where you could like watch like Baywatch all day. Like it literally just plays it front to back and it starts the series over from the top. So whenever you tune in, it could be in the middle of season 6 and you're not going to get back to
You
season
get
1.
a random pull.
Yeah, exactly. So I got home and I was like watching it, and I was just laying in bed, and this motherfucker was talking to this chick on the lifeguard tower, and he's like talking to her, he's trying to riz her up or whatever, and then she's like, you know, you're really cute or whatever, and he goes, cute. You know, I hate that word.
Oh,
And then he like looks off into the distance, and then they look at each other, and he's like,
Permanent
the
lecture.
synonyms are okay. And then it freeze frames. Credits hit, music starts playing all crazy. You
there's
know?
no way.
And I was like, yo,
The
dude.
producers.
Yeah, dude, that's the one. They said, yo,
the
cut.
what the fuck?
Perfect, bro. Sent it right into fucking credits. I was like, yo, that's craziness. So now, you know, obviously the next episode is gonna start, and they're gonna be starting to be a thing now, right? You know? And I was like, look at this pacing, bro.
Nah, he's crashing out.
This is 80s pacing right here, dude. This is important stuff, dude. And I was like, yo, that's season 1, episode 10 right there, dude.
They
I
want
can't
you
wait.
to tune back in
And all I could think to myself was, I gotta watch this whole fucking series front to back.
just to get to that point.
No, I'm gonna watch. No. I want to watch the series, and I just want to do like a comprehensive review of the thing. You know.
Yeah, we've been talking about that though.
I know, but like, I'm dead
But
serious.
that's like a
about it
big project.
now. I know, but I just want to have it out there that like I'm gonna start working on this.
That's like a 3-year project.
I'm gonna
max.
start working on. I'm gonna do a lot of research on Baywatch. A lot of research.
You're gonna read like newspapers and shit from like the 80s.
Something like that. Dude. Probably just gonna get gooned out the whole time.
TV guide and shit.
But I love this story about Dennis Rodman. He would he like pulled up on them, and like he was like he pulls up and he's like, yo, like what the fuck, like I don't know, okay, excuse me. Dennis Rodman gets invited to North Korea by fucking
Kim.
Big Kim, right? And
Yeah.
Kim's like, yo, like I love you from
Big fan, big fan.
Yeah, he invited a bunch of basketball players for a charity game, and he invited not only Rodman, he invited Jordan first, and then he said no, of course. You can't have Jordan going to North Korea. Are you kidding me? And then you got Pippen. And Pippen said, I don't know about that one, dude. Only guy crazy enough to do it out of the big three from the fucking 90s Bulls is Rodman.
Yeah.
So Rodman's like, yeah, sounds like a good time. I'm out there.
He's like,
he
let's
goes
go to
there.
North Korea.
He visits them, dude. He visits them, and to welcome him in, they welcome him to like Kim's house or his palace, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure the get up he's got. I'm sure it's a nice get up. And he invites him in. He's got these people playing music, and he's got these women, and they're singing. These beautiful women. He said these beautiful women. They all looked exactly like each other, and they all sang. I take that back. That's racist. But that's what he said. He said they all looked like carbon copies of each other. Is what I meant. Not like
They were clones, dude. They were clones.
Singing the intro to Dallas, this sitcom from not even a sitcom. It's like a TV show. Like imagine like a buddy cop show from.
Isn't
the
it like
80s.
Wings or something? It's
some
a
shit.
popular TV
Yeah,
show.
it's a
From the,
and they were
yeah.
singing the intro to Dallas
Yeah.
for his welcome, and he was like, and they just played like weird shit like that, and he's like, dude, let me give you some songs that we actually listen to.
Yeah.
You know? And then like next time he like came back, like they were playing like.
He's like, I'll
like-
make you a playlist.
yeah, literally. He's like, let me get you onto like what we actually
Let
listen
me
to.
make you a
Westerners."
mixtape.
He put like a heart on it and shit.
Yeah, because he's like Dallas. The people must love Dallas because of the show. The show must have been huge. We'll play the theme song. Like, what are you doing, guy? You know? Like, I don't know how you got that from it, but apparently he was a big fucking basketball fan when he was a kid. So, you know, trying to humanize him.
That's like playing the Rick and Morty theme song at like a Star Trek convention
Why not?
with like
It'd
Leonard
probably
Nimoy.
go over really well. You know, you got a big Star Trek guy here. Don't sit there and talk about Star Trek.
Got no context.
I got no context.
No, I'm saying that Kim Jong Un just had no cultural context.
No cultural context. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's a vibe though.
So I stopped watching Oz, like, I want to say, like, early season 3, when, like, that one officer started...
That's all right.
Is Adebisi still alive?
Adebisi's still alive.
Yeah, that's when they killed the
No
Nazi
spoiler.
officer.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
season 3,
but, like,
when
that...
Beecher grows his nails and then
Oh,
He
yeah.
slashes
right
him?
before
That
all
was
that.
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
That's...
the makeup effects are crazy on that one.
Yeah, no, the dude's, like, still, like, he's, like, you know, building up his heroin addiction.
Oh,
Desmond
Mobe.
What was it?
Who was on heroin?
Desmond Mobe.
The cop.
What's
Oh,
his name?
the cover.
Yeah.
The black guy.
What's the Lance Riddick?
Lance Riddick.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not a bad name.
That's so fire.
But yeah, he's like started fucking shivering in his bunk and everything. Like he's like full fledged like addict right now.
That's right. Dude.
But obviously, I haven't kept up with it. I don't have
Rojo only
much
remembers your name if you beat other guys up for a living.
yeah, dude.
fair.
Let one of those guys. He probably remembers the guy who beat the shit out of the guys up in the boxing matches. You remember who that was?
I only remember alphas, dude.
Do you remember? Was the boxing arc before or after?
Oh,
Season
that was season 3 too.
Did you get to the boxing parts?
Yeah.
With the Muslims?
Nah. Did you get to the boxing parts?
Yeah, it was fucking, what's his name was like getting sick, no?
Because they like drugged them, right?
Yeah. Is the Irish, fucking, what's his name?
Take a guess in the dark, and you probably get it right.
It was O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was O'Reilly.
It's alright.
I remember that arc. It's just I just
O'Reilly.
I finished it, but I haven't finished. I don't remember if I finished the season or not.
Isn't that just such a like? It's like saying Brady. Like yeah,
Yeah.
of course, dude. Yeah, of course, his name's like that. Brady's really popular, like Irish name. It's probably the most.
Is it really?
Shout out Tom Brady though.
Shout
I
out
was
Tom
about to say
Brady. We
Tom
talked
Brady.
about him last episode for a little bit, huh?
Why does Tom Brady kiss his children?
Hey man.
Don't ever disrespect TB12 again, dude.
TB12.
You can't disrespect Zuck or TB12 on the pod, dude.
I'm so.
How about Zuck, though, dude? You see him on the 4th of July having the time of his life?
No, I don't. I haven't paid
What was he
attention
doing?
with the
Yeah.
arcs.
He was jet skiing in a big inflatable like bird suit.
Humiliation ritual? Question mark?
You're saying that would be a humiliation ritual?
That's humiliation
No.
ritual.
That's pretty fire.
I don't think
Sign me up
Zuckerberg.
for that.
I don't think
humiliation ritual.
Zuckerberg has the concept of a humiliation ritual in his mind.
What?
Like he doesn't get what humiliation is.
But that doesn't mean you can't do something humiliating.
What about when he humiliated Andrew Garfield in the Social Network? And he was like, "I just diluted your stock to nothing." And then
Yeah.
and then Andrew Garfield
Was
like
it
nerd
Justin
raging.
Timberlake?
Yeah. And then Justin Timberlake's like, "Ooh."
That was the actor, right?
Yeah, Justin Timberlake was acting as the dude from Napster, and he was like basically just fucking like he hit that that one white dude dancing on him in front of his
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
and he's like, your stock is worth nothing now. By the way, my stock's been protected.
Well,
But
that's
you're
what
a loser.
that's what cutthroat businessmen do. And he's a cutthroat businessman.
The guy from Napster or Zuck?
Suck.
They're both cut through, huh?
Everybody's cutthroat, especially with that money.
Not Andrew Garfield, dude. That dude was made out to be a sweetheart in the movie.
You feel like Tupac?
Which Tupac? Holographic Tupac?
The one that's in Argentina.
Who? How come everyone gets sent to Argentina? How come they can't ever go anywhere else? Like
Because Argentina's like...
Cuba used to be the joke. Cuba used to be the joke because we didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh,
over
that
there.
was funny, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they
well, it's
opened it
because
up to
Cuba was
borders.
communist.
Yeah, so it was cool to be like Tupac went to Cuba,
Yeah,
and
because
like Michael Jackson went to Cuba. And, like,
It's pretty funny.
It used to be like this, almost like North Korea level, right? Like it used to be like, what's going on over there? Only thing you knew was of people escaping, but it was a lot easier to escape an island than it is to escape fucking North Korea.
the lone
Yenomi Park hit me up.
the lone Steam user in North Korea finally went offline like
No,
a couple like
dude.
at least like last month or something like that.
Dude, that guy's
Yo,
serving a
dude.
life sentence.
Dude's,
He's dead. His family's all
He's fucked.
fucking screwed too. You know how they don't play over there.
Nah, he's yeah. R.I.P. homie.
What do you think? You think he got like? What if he went to? What if he went to the front line?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you know how they've been sending people out there.
It
They've
just
been-
depends how old he is, I
What?
guess, or it might not matter.
you don't know about how they sent support to the Russians and shit, the North Koreans.
No.
China and North Korea are like sending a lot of, or not a lot,
To help
but
Oh, for like
Ukraine.
Ukraine?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. What about the you were telling me about the guy who was standing in the way of your picture?
Oh yeah. So check this out, dude. I was out there and I wanted to take a photo of this. Thank you for that. I wanted to take the photo of this like mural or collage or something behind him. It was really
Yeah.
cool. It was really cool
It
looking
was a
art.
display, right?
Yeah, it was a cool little.
It was pretty
piece.
cool.
And then I was like, yo, like it was like a metro looking thing.
It had
So I
like a
was
bunch of drunk people on the subway.
yeah, it looked cool as fuck. So I was like, yo, like there was a guy standing in front of it, and I was like, oh, hey, dude, can you like move real quick? I just want to take a photo of that. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. And then he started posing, and I was like, oh. No, bro, like, can you move out the way? Like, I want to take a
Yeah.
photo of the thing behind you. And I realized then that he had like a camera and he was streaming and he had a monitor for the camera, and on the monitor he saw the chat. And the chat, I ain't gonna lie, the chat was moving. So this guy
Fuck.
definitely had some people watching, at least a couple, you know. And then I was like, nah, dude, like, get the fuck out the way. Like, I want to take a photo of the thing behind you, dude. And he was like, oh, I thought you wanted a photo with me. And I was like, oh, no, dude, no, I just want a photo of that. And he looked at me, and then he looked at the thing, and he was like, all right. And I'm like, dude, you don't see it? That looks cool, right? I like it. I'll put up the photo of the fucking thing. But I told the guy like, yo, like that, like just move out the way, man. I'm trying to get a photo. He thought I was trying to take a photo of him. I have no clue who this man was, and I probably was on a stream because he pointed the camera right at me, and it was me waving him off like, yo, move. I'm like, get the hell out the way. I'm trying to take a photo here.
You should have gooned out on him.
I should have been like, yo, shout out Burger Picard.
Yeah.
Go watch that instead, dude. That shit was like weird because I was like, I don't want to like kill this guy's ego, but like, who are you?
That's so disturbing.
You should have been like, what's your favorite dog breed?
That's so
And
disturbing.
then you should have just whispered into his mic like, Burger Picard.
Because it's like he's looking at chat, like waiting for like somebody to say something so he can like continue on.
Do you feel like the YouTubers who'll put like they'll do like an in-depth video and at the end of their title they'll put I guess.
Dude, yes. So that's the entire history of so and so.
I guess.
It's like, it was cool for a little, like 3 years ago when it was just 2 or 3 people doing it, but then everyone had their own take on it, and I was like, get the
guess.
fuck out of here. You know what else was should we put that on our here's a podcast?
I guess.
Like
Kill myself. Comprehensive history of Fuzi.
I guess.
The
The entire history of FoozyTube, I guess.
biggest Fuzi crash out, I guess.
The entire history of Madden 06, I guess.
Yo, where's the Madden 06 talk? There hasn't been any of this episode.
Man, so I traded away a lot of people. A lot more people. I know I was talking about it last episode, but I traded away some pieces that I just was like, because I developed them too fast, and then everyone feels like they're not getting the burn they deserve. And they're like, fuck, I should be a starter anywhere else. So I'm like, all right, you're right. Go ahead and be a starter somewhere else because I'm not trading away. And then it led to a lot of people being unhappy, but I found my receivers, guys. I found my 1 and my 2 now. My 1 and 2 now, dude. Tracy Epps finally came along. I drafted him like 4 seasons ago, and he's 6'6", and I thought he was going to be like Randy Moss's replacement, but he's not. Something's missing, man. So I made him my number 2 guy, but he's a really fucking good number 2 guy. You know?
Uh-huh.
And then I got my number 1 guy, this guy I've been bringing up for a minute, this guy named Chris Carson. And
Ken Carson.
every time I see it, I think the same too. But I gave him, I was like, and this is between him and this guy named Leon Hutton. But Leon Hutton had 95 speed. He had way better jumping though, 99 jumping. Whereas Carson had 99 speed and like 78 jumping, something not that great. Or it's 80 jumping now because I worked on it a little. But, you know, I can't turn down that 99 speed, dude. And it's been fucking sick because that's where Randy Moss's speed was. Randy Moss was 99 speed, so it was awesome to be able to burn everybody on go routes. I mean, he would just torch the cornerbacks, and I would just throw a Hail Mary up there with Phillip Rivers, by the way. I've had him for like 6 seasons now, and I saved his career. He was 79 overall when I got him. Now he's 99 overall.
How old is he now?
Like 31 in the game. 32.
Damn, he's young.
Dude, Madden 06 is starting to sound like Pokemon.
No,
bro.
not even that. You would have been younger.
I was him, bro. It's lit, bro. And then I signed this absolute garbage can of a middle linebacker off of free agency because I was like, dude, I can sign him for 7 years, and on the 7th year, I'm still only gonna be barely starting to pay him $1 million a year. You know, like he's gonna be making a couple $100,000 a year. Well, I dog him, you know.
That's more money than I make.
He's like 63 overall. He's awful, man. But I was like, you know what, dude? I've been able to develop a lot of people really high up. So let's see if I can get this guy to be somebody. His name's like, I only picked him because his name was like, oh my goodness.
Is Burger Picard?
No, it's not Burger Picard. It ought to be. I'm going to make a career mode one day with Burger Picard. Don't worry about it.
Dude, Phillip Rivers is only 43 right now.
He's unked out, bro. Why they got a personal digital assistant on fucking Madden 06?
Because it's what you used to use to get emails and everything, bro. You're a
Like,
busy
yeah, let me
guy.
check my PDA.
You're a busy guy. You're the general manager of a team, bro. It's a big deal. Fallout 3 or New Vegas, dude?
It's crazy.
New Vegas.
It's not even a question for you guys, is it?
Well, I mean, Fallout 3 for me was good, really great for a while, but then like I really dove into New Vegas.
I like the
That's what
survival
happened to me
stuff.
this
I
last-
like the survival stuff in New Vegas.
After my last playthrough on like Christmas this last year, bro, like I like New Vegas more now. Like I get it, you know.
I got the achievement where you eat food.
It's because I finally played the DLCs. I hadn't played the DLCs.
The
before
DLCs are crazy.
New Vegas.
Well, it's not even that. Like it's more immersive.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like I think it's so well done because the factions, you can have an argument for all of them, you know.
Yeah, but it's just written in a way where it's just so immersive. You're not tied by the story of like having your dad be the scientist and all this shit.
Oh well, I know.
And like your identity is
You're
just
LARPing. You're
so
LARPing,
ambiguous.
Yeah. Your LARPing is a lot easier
Yeah.
in New Vegas.
You're just a
because-
courier.
You're just a
Yeah,
courier.
you can assign whatever besides what they did with Lonesome Road.
Sure.
Where what's
That one they definitely make you choose. Ulysses.
because he's got like history with you, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You could like, because you could have made up some shit up until this point, like, oh, I'm this person, I have this life,
Dude.
and all of a sudden Ulysses is like, nah, I know you.
What if they cast Drewski as like Ulysses? And Drewski was like, "Hey, you gotta blow up this bomb, bro. Like, what you gonna do right now?"
So I've been playing.
You're bombing the bit.
Nah.
I'm talking about the bombs, dude. You're bombing the
Speaking
bit,
about
dude.
bombs,
Yeah.
Just gonna go ahead.
Speaking of
that's
bombs.
fire, dude. Drewski.
Drewski as Ulysses. I'm gonna edit that. All right.
I recommend Citizen Sleeper. I trust Xbox Store reviews with my life at this point because it had really good reviews and like, you know, kids nowadays love the fuck out of COD still for some reason, and it has the worst reviews.
I think that's like besides the point.
No, I know, but like
He's a
genuine.
boomer, dude. He's being a fucking old man right now.
I am because I don't play like these types of games.
Those darn COD kids.
I don't-
Back in my day.
You're
Yeah.
the guy though. You're the guy who plays COD, so it's your fault.
I used to, but I'm not the guy.
used to. I was a lot. No,
I don't
I used
normally-
to play COD.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
played COD as recently as like a year ago.
No, it's been like 2 years.
I
now.
haven't played 2 years.
But yeah, but you
I
know how
haven't
it
played
is.
COD since like. Oof.
It's because like because I play jujitsu or play jujitsu. Same difference.
Yeah, you played Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
What's your building you?
I told you, dude. Jiu-Jitsu at the point of an hour, it's like it's a strip mall.
Well,
Strip
you
mall
know,
karate, dude.
I train jujitsu.
Fucking Derek Moneybag.
There's
Moneybag.
Moneybird, bro. He's smogging on you, dude. 5 years, you barely got purple belt, 3.5 black belt, buddy.
Watch Moneybird
Yeah.
make
Best
the
team,
Brazilian
best-
jiu-jitsu
But he
game.
doesn't train
coaches
gi.
in the world, bro.
He like hardly ever trains gi.
Apparently, he had
He trains naked.
there's a
huh?
video apparently of him rolling with his favorite Gordon Ryan, and it's like awful.
Huh.
Like it apparently looks like beyond awful.
It reminds me of Ashton Kutcher.
You think Moneybird does oil checks?
He's actually a pretty big guy though. Like
He's a big guy.
like
Moneybird?
I'm a bigger guy.
you see that if you actually watch that episode of Gordon Ryan, he's like
He's mogging on both of them.
comparably sized. He's not bigger. He's
Comparably
he's
sized?
fat. He's obviously like bigger because
Bro
he's
knows
fat.
all about the sizes of these guys, dude.
Because Gordon Ryan's like 6'1", 6'2", if that.
You're not helping your case.
But like Moneyberg's like 6'2", and he's like fat.
5 guys.
Or he's not fat now because he hopped on test like 3 years ago. Because
Bruh.
I've known about Moneyberg for a while, obviously, because he knows all these fucking.
You've been holding out on us. What the fuck? Why haven't you been telling me about this content?
I've sent you so much money, Bert.
Belmar,
I've
3,
sent you
4, 5 years
Nah,
ago.
I sent you
all-
Moneyberg.
I sent
when
you
I was-
Belmar. I sent you all
You're
these
sleeping on
dickheads.
Moneybird, bro.
I sent him Moneyberg, and he's like, "Oh, don't send me that shit." He legit word for word said, "Don't send me
I
that
believe
shit."
that I would say like. something
And
like
then,
that.
and then he starts fucking gooning all over motherfucking this
Luke Belmar,
fucking
dude.
fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Moneyberg's been where
You
it's at.
studied, bro.
I've
You
been on
studied,
it.
dude. I fuck with Luke Belmar.
I've been
so heavy.
studying the Berg, bro.
Dude, and I was right, bro. As soon as he blew up, I looked around and I said, I helped this, dude. I helped this happen. I
You
made.
put money in his-
Yeah, bro. I was out there fucking liking and sharing. And
I was
shit,
buying him
everybody.
coffees and shit.
Yeah, bro. I was there. I was at the
Put
seminars.
fucking
You know?
food in his mouth. Huh?
That's for you guys to figure out.
yeah. He's
Oh, did you ever hear about how Liver King has been trying to get on JRE?
Did we talk about did Liver King together?
I think.
I feel like we did. We didn't talk
might
about.
have mentioned.
No, I don't think we've ever brought up Liver King. I don't remember where I heard it. I'm pretty sure it was.
He's been getting off the rails lately.
I think it.
I left a
It must
comment.
have been
Got
someone
out of
else's
jail.
podcast where I heard it about how Liver King is like always following like Joe Rogan.
I had. Dude, he just got arrested for like trying to
You
like.
got out of jail.
Liver King?
Yeah,
You got bailed out.
he got bailed out and everything. But I left a comment on one of his posts after he got out, and I was like, "You have to go after Joe Rogan. He's been talking crazy about you." Just doing my part to help.
He was starved of information while he was in prison.
I don't know who it was, but someone said like, "Dude, I'm worried it's gonna get to like Benoit level," and I'm like, "You can't say that. He's not gonna get to Chris Benoit level."
He doesn't have any kind of CTE like that.
I don't know, man. He's probably just
You think Liver King was like roid raging?
yeah.
He takes
Disassociating, but not.
he takes gear, right? Like he's geared up.
Of course.
Everybody's on gear.
Yeah, including fucking Burger Picard over here.
I'm getting on gear too, dude.
Lance Armstrong.
I'm getting on SARMs, dude.
SARMs?
You know what
Isn't that
SARMs
like
are?
the chicken one?
Just reiterating memes from 5 years ago.
Oh, it's not your entire pod.
It's not. This is high art, dude. Hey, you just come in here think you can do what we do. No, I'm just kidding. You need to make your
Who
own.
the fuck is gonna take this shit and convert it?
Well, like, what if you ever get to a point?
That's what Elon's been doing.
But what do you think? Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, to your voice and likeness, dude.
Well, for sure. But like, this is where
Hopefully
it's kind of a
hopefully
good.
they turn my voice into like ASMR for like the chicks.
Oh.
That's right, dude. Yeah, dude, that's fire. Yeah, dude.
For the huzz. You
But
know?
the point is that everybody from the
Hopefully,
Avengers
this
is like,
limited
fuck this
goon
shit.
to my shit.